Happy day 23 from me, Sarah Ewan, here at Turn Back Time. I lost almost half a pound overnight again, so that always puts a smile on my face. And my hips lost 1/4 of an inch. I'll take it. That bikini is really becoming a possibility, and I thought those days were well and truly over. I'm down to 183.2 pounds or 83 kilos. I know by now you might be getting impatient. I know you might want 50 pounds gone overnight, not half a pound. I do. So why this slow creep? But I was thinking today, if everything is improving this much on the outside, what's going on the inside? How much weight are we dropping from around our organs? And how are our tissues changing as a result of what we're doing? If you're up to day 23 like me, you've not eaten any processed food, or just a little bit if you've cheated a little bit, which means that you probably have little or no toxic substances careering around in your bloodstream anymore. How much has your inflammation subsided? Before I started this diet, I'd sometimes get up in the morning with painful ankles, and those first few steps to the bathroom, I'd be hobbling like I was an old woman. I've not felt that at all in 23 days. And I think sometimes doctors diagnose it as plantar fasciitis. But what if it was only ever toxins and sugar creating uric acid in the joints? Gout. How can we be old enough to have gout? It's not old age, it's diet. Once, after a visit to my in-laws, there was always such lovely foods on offer, many of them processed, admittedly, but lovely. And I noticed my arms swelling up and becoming really sore on the flight home. By the time we touched down, I was in agony and I couldn't move it. I went to the hospital and the doctor looked at it and said I'd obviously broken it. But I hadn't done anything more physical than walk that weekend, generally from the armchair to the kitchen. They took x-rays, but they couldn't find a break. So as the hospital was just close to my house, the doctor strapped it up and said, look, come back in the morning, we'll do another x-ray, and maybe we'll see something then, and we'll work it out. Well, the next day I woke up, no swelling at all pain gone, obviously no break. And now I know that I'd eaten something in Mr. Kipling form that had sent my PGE2 inflammation markers into overdrive. And that was the reason for the arm. So how much of what you may have been regularly eating was doing that to you? By removing all additives and chemicals from your food, you're making massive change in just a few days. Obviously, medications and supplements are also a worry. Most tablets are coated in those highly refined sugars, xylitol, sorbitol, maltitol, to make them palatable. You need to study the ingredients for any medications you're taking closely and change them if there are suspect ingredients. And this is why I don't take any vitamins or minerals in supplement form. Not only are they highly processed, so I don't think there's really any nutritional value at all left in them, but they're also encased in dangerous chemicals. Your food can provide you all you need vitamins and mineral-wise if you eat in perfect balance and choose trusted organic products with no risk to your gut. It might cost a bit more, but you must be saving money by eating less, so hopefully it'll balance out. Also, did you know that the toxins can actually make you fat on their own? Have you heard of BPA? There was a rumpus a while ago when it was noted that this chemical, which is in plastic water bottles, in the lining of tin cans, even on till receipts, never give the receipt to your baby, could cause obesity in people. Some manufacturers took it out, but others just substituted it for something equally dangerous. It's a petrochemical, and it plays havoc with insulin metabolism, apparently. Another study by the National Health and Nutrition Survey found that many people with diabetes had horribly high levels of organic pollutants in their blood. I won't list them as they're just gobbledygook, but mostly they start with P, polychlorinated something. The study concluded you can actually induce obesity through direct exposure to toxins, regardless of your calorie intake and exercise. Scientists fed rats toxic chemicals but didn't up their calorie intake and they got fat. So if you're imbibing any of these chemicals in processed food and not eating the whole foods, which could mop them up, then you are at risk from toxic fat. A couple of things to completely avoid is any sweeteners. They're just toxic chemicals. And any diet drinks. Low sugar or zero sugar is a fallacy. It's just a highly refined chemical sugar, which will kill you. I tell people to choose full-fat Coke if you want anything, and never the low or zero ones. But that's a dangerous compromise, so if I were you, stick with water. And I'll see you tomorrow.